Welcome to Everyday Martial Artist, a weekly podcast where you'll join me, Brian Doucette, as I interview a different martial artist each episode and hear their story. Some guests you may have heard of, and some you probably haven't. Be sure to subscribe where all your favorite podcasts are available. Also visit our website at everydaymartialartist.com. If you're listening for a specific interview, I sure hope you'll stay and check out the other episodes. A very special thank you to Topher Williams for our custom theme music. And now, the newest episode of Everyday Martial Artist. Everyday Martial Artist is brought to you by KOOnline.com for all your martial arts needs. Sparring and safety gear, rank belts, uniforms, weapons, patches, and more. Wholesale supplies made by martial artists for martial artists. Visit us today at ko-online.com. Hello and welcome to Everyday Martial Artist. I'm your host, Brian Doucette, and as we do every week, we're joined by a brand new martial artist talking about their life and their journey throughout the world of martial arts. My guest today was born in Japan in 1938. He's the author of several well-known books such as Shito-Ryu Karate, Tonfa, Karate Weapon of Self-Defense, Bo, Karate Weapon of Self-Defense, and many more. He's appeared in several movies like The Warrior Within, The Island of Dr Moreau, Rising Sun, Ninja, and of course one of my all-time favorite movies, The Karate Kid, in which he was a stunt double for Pat Morita. He's also the subject of the 2015 documentary, The Real Miyagi. It's not often that I use the word legend on this show, but please welcome to the show the legend himself, Sensei Fumio Demura. How are you doing today, sir?
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking the time. I truly appreciate this. Can you just talk a little bit about how you first got involved in martial arts?
Well, I was 8 years old. I was very weak in my body. So my doctor said, do something.
Okay.
That time, and during the wartime, so we don't have anything to do. So I started kendo.
Oh, kendo. Okay.
Then I had to switch to another dojo, and they have a karate class there. So I was watching there. And then, I was too young, so I can't get in there.
Okay.
So, but my instructor's wife, he said, "Are you interested in karate?" I said, "Yeah." Okay, I talked to my husband. So that's why I started karate.
Okay. So what did...
But my parents hate.
Oh, really?
Because I got an injury every day.
Oh, wow. What did you enjoy about it? What was it that you liked about karate?
Well, I was watch karate movie, and I really like sight. So I started practice. Then 1961, All Japan Championships, which is the first one, all started together. Used to be Shodokan is only Shodokan people, Goju people, only Goju group. But first time they all combined together. Wow. So then I was from my area represent. So then I won the championships.
Wow. And what was that?
So then after that, my life changed.
So was that fighting? Was that forms? What was involved in winning the championship?
I won a championships committee.
Okay. And what was that like compared to nowadays? Was that full contact? No protective gear? No
protective gear. But yeah, kind of semi-contact.
Semi-contact. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And so what did that do to change your life? What happened after that?
And after that, I started teaching karate at different places. That I meet one guy named Dan Warner,
Okay.
Dan Warner, yeah. And he's only one American guy in Japan. And he translated all karate book from Nakayama's karate book, and quite a few. So I see him. Then he introduced me, Dan Ivan.
Okay, so
then after that, Dan Ivan, I teach them. Then he left, go back to United States.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went to say goodbye to Yokohama Harbor. And then he said, "Are you interested in coming to the United States?" I said, "Yeah." So then next year, 1965, I came over to United States.
And so why did you want to come to the United States?
Well, it's basically I need more money.
Okay.
And also I had to prove myself.
Right.
So that's why I came over to the United States.
Okay. And you came over and started teaching?
Yeah.
Okay. So what made you want to teach martial arts?
Well, they invited me to the United States. I come to here. I had to teach.
Okay.
So at that time, nobody knows the Kobudo.
Hmm.
So I introduced Kobudo and Shito-Ryu karate. Nobody teach that time. So I started to introduce Shito-Ryu karate to the Black Belt magazine.
And where did you open your first school? Where did you first start teaching in the United States?
Santa Ana in the garage.
Oh, in the garage? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
What was that like? What were some of your classes like back then?
Well, that I don't have a choice. So my partner, Dan Ivan, have a garage fixed karate dojo. So that's why I started teach.
Okay. And then do you remember how long did you teach in that location?
Maybe 7, 8 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. And at that point now, had the color belt system come into karate at that time, or was there still no?
Yeah.
There was.
Yeah.
Okay. So then how long did it take you to get your first student to black belt? Do you remember your first student you brought to black belt?
Maybe 7, 8 years.
That long. So definitely much different than today then. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And do you remember who your first black belt was?
My student or me?
Yeah, your student. Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, 3 of them, they just die.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. And I was also reading in here that you also came to know the Koga Ninjutsu Soki, Saiko Fujita?
Fujita, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, but he comes to my sensei's dojo once in a while.
Okay.
So we talked a little bit.
Did you ever do training with him?
No.
Oh, okay. So what, while you were in the United States, and so how long, when you left the garage, did you open a real school? Then when did you open your first?
Then I think there was an Enter the Dragon movie coming up, and so many people signed up.
Right.
And then my partner, Dan Ivan, he made the money, so he bought another location for regular house, and we fixed it to the dojo.
Wow.
That place we stay about 50 years.
Wow. Very cool. And then, so what made you decide to start writing books? When did you want to do that?
Well, the Black Belt magazine, they asked me to do the book. So I said, okay. So I just did it. But after they keep going, that's it.
Mm-hmm. So how many, I'm trying to look how many it's, I found about 5 or 6. Did you do more than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did maybe 7 or 8.
Okay.
Then right now I make the video, maybe 12, 13.
Okay. So you started doing videos, I'm assuming probably in the 80s then when that became really popular. Yeah. Okay.
And then I think they're trying to make the book.
Okay. So then when you started teaching when you were in Japan and then you kept teaching in the United States, what do you think has changed about your teaching style over the years?
Well, a big difference in the United States and Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Japan, nobody teach them. Just watch and you have to run.
Oh, okay.
Then after you run, they go to the class and the instructor tell you, this is wrong, this way, that way, this way, that way.
Really?
But the United States, you have to teach from 1 to 10.
Mm-hmm. And back then,
that's a big difference.
Yeah. So were you only teaching adults? Were kids not being taught at that time?
That time, I have maybe 5, 6 kids.
Okay.
Then I started to get a little more better speak English,
mm-hmm.
and I got maybe 200, 300 people in the class.
In one class?
Yeah.
Wow. So about how many times a week were you teaching? Were you teaching every single day?
Every day.
Okay. And then did your students start going to competitions and tournaments also?
Yeah.
So what were the big differences in a tournament in the United States versus a tournament in Japan? How were they different?
Well, first time I went to Edo Parker's tournament.
Ah, okay, the Long Beach, yep.
Yeah, and big difference is Edo Parker's tournament. It's always mixed up: Taekwondo, karate,
mm-hmm.
kung fu. Japan, it's only one organization. That's it.
Right. So did that make it harder to compete?
To me, not too bad because totally different there. But if people don't know,
right,
beginning a little hard for because you never see before.
Okay. And at that time, was there competition for weapons, or was it just sparring and forms?
I think it's just the karate kumite and the kata only.
Okay.
Because I did one demonstration kudo, people like it.
Right. So now with your weapons training, then it was specifically for self-defense. So it wasn't based for competition.
No.
Okay.
But now people do it.
Right. Yeah. It's very, very different now. They design the weapons specifically for competition, and would not work in self-defense. So
yeah. Only sad part is people make homemade katas. So some are really ridiculous.
Yeah. Very flashy and stuff. And
yeah.
Mixture of gymnastics and dance and martial arts, and
yeah,
it's definitely changed a lot. I remember the first time I saw one with music, I was like, wow, that's different.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite weapon?
I usually bow.
Okay. Was that the first weapon you learned?
Yeah.
Okay. And I imagine that one's probably one of the most practical, because I mean you could use a pool cue or a broomstick or anything with that training.
Yeah.
So. Nice. And do you still practice with bow today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, I got the called hematoma, brain power.
Yep.
So I can move much, so I don't do it. But I still teaching them.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably my favorite weapon. That one and nunchuck. I used to use that quite a bit when I was younger too. But
and now I started called tekko.
Okay.
Originally made from horseshoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I start teaching the real popular right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll have to look into that. I didn't know much about that. So what led to you getting involved in movies?
Well, movie starting we call it Japanese Village.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, park. It's a museum. People come watch the deer and the Japanese dancing, and one day they asked me Hollywood parade, so we went over there. So then after that, a little bit, people come to the this park to some movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little bit in there. Then Chuck Norris recommended me for basically Karate Kid.
Okay, so because of Chuck Norris. Okay.
Yeah. Then I went to a studio, but too many writing book. Every page go look at Miyagi. No way I can do that. That's not, more professional people.
Mm-hmm.
So I back up. I said I can do it. So then at that time, Pat Johnson, he was the coordinator.
Yes.
So then he called me back and he said, "Oh, we got Pat Morita for Miyagi, but he doesn't know. So I want to come to talk to him because I know the Pat Morita from Las Vegas show. I did it.
Okay.
He was with the Red Fox."
Mm-hmm.
He was a comedian show.
Yep.
So I know that. But anyway, I went over there to introduce myself again. And then director named Jerry Weintraub.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a little bit too big. So then Pat Johnson said, no, I want this guy. So that's why I got it.
So do you ever regret that decision and not taking the part yourself? Do you ever wish you maybe would have taken the part and tried to do it?
Sometimes I do it, but not too much.
Right. Okay.
Because of my English problems.
Right. And you and Pat became pretty good friends then, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like brothers.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah. And I've told a lot of my guests that Karate Kid is the reason I got involved in martial arts. When I was 10 years old, that was the movie I saw that made me go and join. So that's
yeah. A lot of people did it.
Yeah, there was a big martial arts boom when that movie came out.
Yeah.
So that was a big part of my childhood, and I still watch it, at least once or twice a year. It's still one of my favorite movies. So.
Yeah, well, Into the Dragon, the starting.
Yep.
And Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
Then Karate Kid.
Yep. And then
maybe big major one.
And maybe the Power Rangers too a little bit. I think that was pretty popular.
Yeah.
Yep, that's good. I know. I've actually had two two guests on my show now from Karate Kid. I had Sean Kanan was on my show. And spoke very, very highly about you. And also William Christopher Ford was on my show. And and he told me that he first met you at the Deer Park. So
yeah,
that was he told some very nice stories about you. So that was very, very, you're very, very well respected between all of them. So
yeah, thank you.
Nice. So talk a little bit about that experience with the Karate Kid. I mean, when you were filming it and when they were doing it, did you have any idea how big that movie would be? Did you have any guess at all that it was going to be that popular?
No, beginning, no. I have no idea.
Nice. And now, so what are some things you remember about it that you really enjoyed?
Well, I remember Pat Morita got selected for Karate Kid main star. Mm-hmm. But Jerry Weintraub said, no, he's a comedian, so we don't want him. But Pat Johnson fight back.
Nice.
Then all real reaction, we don't use Pat, use Demura. Mm-hmm. So then they called me back, so I went to talk to Jerry Weintraub. So I said, then he said, okay, go ahead, do it.
Nice.
Then start doing that. Then remember Scorpion fighting for the fence?
Yep. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That time they had the movement, but the director don't like it. So I make sure myself choreography.
Oh, okay.
And all use my student.
Oh, so they were all your students. Okay.
Yeah. So then one movement, blah, 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 that's it. All right, print.
Nice. One take? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. I love that scene.
Yeah. Only problem is I had to climb up the fence.
Yep.
And I jump over.
Uh-huh.
My pants in the beginning and between the crotch broke a bang.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they change it. I said, just too close. You can't do it. I did it 3 times. 3 times, pants go pan, pan, pan. So end up, I put the shirt out and without same kind of pants, underwear, mm-hmm. I had to wear so people can see it.
Wow.
So that's a funny story.
That's a very funny story. I never heard that one before. That's good. Nice. And you enjoyed it and continue to do some other movies. I mean, you've worked with, Chuck Norris a few times.
I got just a new movie, Scrap. I'm going to July 22nd to 28th.
Really?
At the New Jersey.
Okay. Can you tell us anything about that movie at all, or what?
Well, I don't read the script yet, so okay. I don't know what is it.
Okay. Wow. Well, I'm excited. I'll be watching for that one. So
yeah.
And I just reading through your IMDb page, you were on an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
That one, the Chuck Norris movie. Yeah, I was in Florida at that time.
Okay.
And he called me. He said, I were not to do anymore too much movie, so why don't you come over? So then he sent me ticket. So I went over there, and I got the fighting scene. But Chuck don't want to fight with me.
Okay. So
I had somebody else because I'm losing there.
Uh-huh.
And Chuck don't want to that.
Oh, okay. And then, yeah, it looks like you've worked with, you were in Shoot Fighter. Okay. Shoot Fighter.
Yeah.
Okay. Was Michael Bernardo in that movie? Am I thinking of the wrong one? I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
And Bobo.
Yes. Yeah. I met Michael Bernardo at the Diamond Nationals karate tournament in like 1991. So
wow.
long time ago. I'm hopefully going to be.
He's a good fighter.
Yeah. I'm hopefully going to be interviewing him soon too. So I'm waiting to hear back. But yeah, super nice guy, and yeah. You've done stuff with Wesley Snipes also.
Yeah.
And wow, that's really just what an amazing career, amazing life, and that's so. I'm curious now. Your most of your career has been involved in traditional martial arts. What are your thoughts on like MMA and the UFC? Do you ever watch that? Are you a fan?
Basically, I don't like it
Okay.
because, see, I got the hematoma.
Uh-huh.
My brain maybe 2 inches move. My body completely stop. Even today, my right leg, right arm doesn't feel good moving.
Okay.
Because also when MMA types and you hit the head too many times,
Right.
brain move all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're younger right now, so you can see it. But 70, 80 years old, then you have to show.
So did you ever watch the UFC when it first came out, like in the early 90s?
Yeah.
What were your initial thoughts back then?
Well, that's like a street fight,
Mm-hmm.
crazy fight.
So did you ever do anything with ground fighting? Did you ever study judo
No.
or jiu-jitsu or anything? No. Okay.
No.
Okay. So now you've studied multiple styles of martial arts. So if someone asks you what is your style? What is your answer for that?
It's called a Shito-Ryu Genbukai.
Okay.
Ryu has Shito-Ryu.
Okay.
In Japan, they have 4 style: Shodokan,
Mm-hmm.
Wado-Ryu, Goju-Ryu, Shito-Ryu.
Okay.
In Okinawa, is a Uechi-Ryu, Shorin-Ryu, and Ryu-Ryu, and one more. I don't remember that.
Okay.
Yeah. Both have different styles.
Mm-hmm.
Okinawa don't have any Shito-Ryu or Goju-Ryu or Wado-Ryu.
Okay.
Only Goju-Ryu have Goju-Ryu and Shorin-Ryu to have Okinawa, but all other one, Japan made it.
So why do you think martial arts is important to people? Why do you think people should study martial arts?
Well, basically, children have discipline
Mm-hmm.
and part of exercise,
Okay.
and adult people have respect.
Right. Okay. So do you still teach much? I mean, you're not still teaching full time, but you still teach some, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I go every day.
Oh, really? Wow. Good for you. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many current students in your school right now?
Right now, maybe I lost quite a bit. Maybe 80, 90 right now.
I suppose during COVID, you lost quite a few.
Yeah.
Okay.
For 2 years, we closed down.
Now, did you try doing virtual teaching, or you didn't want to do that at all? You just
No.
Okay.
A lot of people start doing Zoom, but
Mm-hmm.
Zoom is okay to movement, but you don't know how much power put them in or not.
Right. Nope, that makes perfect sense. So just walk me through, like, if someone were to come to your school, what could they expect in a typical class? Kind of walk us through a typical class in your school.
Just watch class. You like it, you sign. That's it.
Okay.
No extra.
Okay, that's good. So, and about how long does your class last?
1 hour.
Okay, 1 hour. Okay, and then about so with your style, with that, now do a lot of your students still do competitions?
Yeah, some people go.
Okay, good. Throughout your life, then, you've met so many amazing martial artists. Who are some martial artists that you would just put on the top of your list that you just truly admire, truly respect, kind of maybe like a Mount Rushmore of martial arts? Who are some people that you'd put on that list?
Yeah, well, one thing I just like to say, Chuck Norris.
Yes.
And Mr. Oshima.
Okay. Good one. Yeah.
And all other people just passed away. So.
Right. Yeah. That's just so good that you're still doing that every day, and you're going to be doing another movie. I mean, obviously that's a big part of that is because of martial arts. I mean, that's definitely
I just come back from Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, TV show called Shogun.
Oh, you were on there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to be watched for that.
I'm supervisor.
Okay. A stunt supervisor, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to teach everybody Kyudo and Iaido and Naginata.
Okay.
I had to teach them about 180 people.
Wow. So what now? A lot of people aren't familiar with a lot of the different weapons styles. So, like, what is the difference between, like, kendo and iato? What is the main difference between them?
Kendo is with the bamboo, and Iaido is a kind of no sharp soul, Japanese soul.
Okay.
But I don't teach iaido.
Okay.
I teach called battodo,
Okay.
which is a real sharp one, cutting.
Okay.
So a lot of people injured too.
So you actually go with each other with it and not just because I know I've seen iato, but it's just one person doing more like a form.
Yeah, no. Just battodo is a sharp soul. Then we do like once a week. Right now, when water is so expensive, so it's once a month. We cut. That's what I use for competition.
Okay, and that's sounds like fun. That one I've never done. I've done the closest I've done is I've done kumdo. I've done the Korean version of kendo. We because my main system is traditional taekwondo. I've studied other styles also. I've studied Shotokan when I was in high school. I studied aikido, but yeah, we in my taekwondo class we do kumdo, and I've also done bogu. I'm sure you're probably familiar with that.
Like a Yai people, I give a real soul. They can't do it. They're scared.
Okay, I can see that. I can see it can be scary. So
yeah. Well, we do every week.
Okay, nice. That's good. So is there one philosophy you've learned throughout all your years of martial arts that is your favorite philosophy? It's really important to you. It's at the top of your list.
Yeah, my instructor told me, whatever you do, do your best. That I still tell everybody in the dojo.
Very good. Yeah, that makes sense. So what do you, if someone was looking for a school in martial arts, what is something you'd tell them to look for and maybe something to avoid if they're looking for their first ever martial arts school?
Yeah, well, I just tell everybody, make sure watch the class. You like or not. Don't talk to any instructor or anything because I can make you stronger for 3 months, 6 months. No such things. So don't do that. Just watch the class. Then, if you like it, you stay there.
Okay. So do you think the United States? I know this is something Chuck Norris has worked on for a long time. Do you think the United States will ever get to the point where we'll have martial arts in our school system in every school?
I don't know.
I would love to see it. I'm hoping in my lifetime, but I don't know. Like I said, I know Chuck had really good success with it in Texas, but it never really spread past that. So
yeah,
it's so important, and I think everyone should at least try it at some point in their life.
Yeah, but that COVID things, we lost about 90% of dojo in my area.
Really?
All gone.
Oh, that many? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard, especially with the styles that rely on having to have contact. Like you said, you can practice form through Zoom. You can practice patterns, maybe, some stuff, but there's only so much you can do virtually. You have to do it in person. So,
yeah.
Okay.
We are lucky student not to go away.
Well, that's good. That's good. So then what did, when your school was closed down, what did you do to keep yourself busy?
Well, no, just to stay home, and I just contact the student.
Okay.
And that's it.
Were you able to keep training on your own at least?
Well, I don't do anymore. Mentally, I'm okay.
Right.
I'm studying.
Okay.
Every day.
Good. So a few fun questions for you. Now this one, you can't pick one of the ones that you wrote, but do you have a favorite martial arts book that someone else wrote that you read?
I like to get Dan Drager's martial art book. That's probably a good one.
Okay. Don Drager's. Okay. I'll have to look. I don't think I've ever read his book. I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah. It's all kind of martial art.
Okay. I'm looking at some of them right now. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to look that up. It looks like he wrote many books. Judo, Shaolin, Penjak Salat, Asian fighting arts, maybe that one?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, 1969. Okay. And then retitled Comprehensive Asian Fighting Arts when it republished.
Yeah.
Okay, I will look that one up. I'm going to add that one to my list. That one sounds like a really good one.
Oh, okay.
So, nice. And then how about, do you have a favorite martial arts TV show that you haven't been in?
No, really.
Okay. Now, did you ever watch like Kung Fu when it was on?
Watch a little bit, yeah.
What were your thoughts on that? I mean, I know it's
Well, Dead Caroline doesn't know any kung fu,
yeah, definitely.
so that's on my mind. So
Yeah. Obviously you can tell. And I know after the show was done, he did study. I think he studied Tai Chi for many, many years after the show was done. But during the show, yeah, he didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, have you ever watched any of the newer shows? Have you ever watched like Cobra Kai or anything like that?
No, I don't watch it anymore.
Okay. Okay. And what about a favorite martial arts movie that you weren't in?
I'm in.
No, that you're not in. A favorite movie that you weren't in yourself.
I was in that movie, The Rising Sun. That's a good one.
Yep, that's a really good one. Okay. And then what about one that you weren't in, that you were not in?
Well, I was. I like to bring back alive.
Okay, that's a good movie.
That's a movie really good.
Okay.
I play about 5-6 seeds.
Okay, I'll have to watch that one. I'll have to check that out. Okay. So then, now you said you just you worked on the show up in Canada, and you have a new script you're going to be looking at. So you're definitely staying busy, which is really, really good. So so where can now do you do social media at all? Can people follow you on social media to see what you're doing?
No.
Okay. No. And where's your school? Your school's in Santa Ana?
Yeah, Santa Ana.
Okay, so if anyone's in Santa Ana and they want to come watch a class and maybe check it out.
Yeah, anytime.
Okay. Well, hopefully I'll be out there next year, so I'll try to make it a point to get out there. I've never been to Santa Ana, but I used I used to live in California many, many years ago. But a long time ago. But
that dojo about 15 minutes from my house.
Oh, well, that works out nice. What do you think is the most important thing that martial arts has given you?
Given to me?
Yes. Because you've given so much to the martial arts yourself. What do you think it's given to you?
Well, I tell everybody, I want to be whatever you do, you're always number one.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to play the construction, be best number one construction people. If you're the doctor, you have to be number one. Anything you do, I want to be top.
Okay.
That's the reason you started karate for me.
Okay. And you definitely there. I mean, you're, like I said, any time I bring in your name up to any other martial artist, their eyes light up. I mean, you have so much respect in the world of martial arts from everyone. I mean, you truly are a legend, and I'm honored that you took the time to talk to me on the show. I've been excited about this for a while, but you've given so much to the world of martial arts, and like I said, even just the Karate Kid itself. If it wasn't for that, I would not be here. I would not be doing this right now. But it's just, I truly appreciate everything you've done for the world of martial arts, and you truly are a legend, sir.
Oh, thank you.
And I appreciate your time, and I really have enjoyed this so much. I don't want to take up much more of your time, but I've really enjoyed this a lot, and it's been a pleasure and an honor to talk to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. You have yourself a good evening.
All right, good evening.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Everyday Martial Artist. We hope you will join us every week for a brand new episode with a different martial artist telling their story. If you enjoy the show, be sure to leave us a review. Also, be sure to check out our website at everydaymartialartist.com. There you can find all of our episodes and contact us to suggest guests and ask questions. Again, thanks for listening to Everyday Martial Artist, and we'll see you next week.